Fortunate to have an extra day of rest and preparation. Team earned a day off today. We'll get back to the practice floor tomorrow. Obviously one of the most difficult places to play in our league and in the country. Not just obviously because of their team and the atmosphere that even in a COVID year that their fans present, but obviously one of the best teams in the country. Style of play that it really forces us to have to really be good on offense. We're not going to be able to rebound with them. We know that. So we've got to be able to out other things with them. That means shoot it, not turn it over, and win the hustle plays that are below 9 feet.
Paul, go ahead.
Hey, just to going against a team like South Carolina, does going in with some confidence about the way they played last night, does that you think that's obviously a positive, right, Coach?
You mean you're talking about us getting the win? Yes.
Yeah, getting the win.
Oh, yeah. The mood these next 3 days could have been diametrically opposed, and that's why, so I said this was an important game. Everybody wants to say, oh, it's a must win. There's no such thing really, but it was important. Very important to your psyche, very important to your, everybody's confidence within the program. And then to continue to play well. And, we had some areas we played really, really well and some areas we didn't, but the confidence is definitely there and very, very different preparation these 3 days. Had the outcome last night not been different.
Brett, go ahead.
Is that a reindeer or a moose behind your head there? I need to know that.
Oh, that's Bowen's. That's Bowen's moose.
Okay, it is a moose.
Yeah, it's a. JC played college basketball in Alaska at the University of Anchorage, Alaska. So she had some friends send her animals from Alaska, and that's above his car seat. So he's not back there. I'm not. Don't call VHS on me.
No, it's distracted enough. So yesterday, Mike, your two bigs both have foul trouble. You switched a lot. It felt like you were aggressive, and yet the girl goes off for 40. So it was a weird night. It felt like at times you played well defensively. How did you kind of evaluate all of that?
We did play well. The first 6 minutes of the game, we were really hooked up. And then Taylor got in a little foul trouble, and we didn't play as well through our first substitution. I thought, Oberg came in and gave us some really, really valuable minutes with her size around the basket. And we lost Briggs on a backdoor hammer screen play, and she got a wide open 3. And when she makes one easy one, she's fixing to make about 10 more hard ones. And she did. She was absolutely phenomenal. Looked like Kobe out there. But I also thought we had some really good offensive performances out of Chelsea and out of Slocum, and Ramirez and Michaela slipping in there too in spots. So it had to be fun to watch. Wasn't a lot of fun to coach, but to be able to get enough stops when we needed them. We were one stop short Sunday. I thought the play of the game was when Ramirez went and double teamed the ball late there, where they could have cut it to a one possession game and created a turnover right there. I thought that was Chelsea did a great job keeping her from going at the basket, and then Ramirez coming and trapping was maybe the play of the game in the fourth quarter.
Paul, go ahead.
Hey, so where do you go? How do you prepare for a team like South Carolina? I mean, with their guard play being so good, with Destiny Henderson and those players, and then with someone like Aaliyah Boston, who obviously her size gives you guys issues.
Well, you go and you pick out clips of other games of teams being unsuccessful against them. Say, hey, this is not going to work. And just because we try it doesn't mean it's all of a sudden going to magically work. Well, let's stay away from these areas. Let's tend to run our offense at this action. You can't really simulate them this year. In a years past, we would use one of our guys' practice players to go down there and simulate Leah Boston. We don't have those this year, or the quickness and the speed of Isaiah Cook, and then you offset that with how confident Destiny Henderson's playing right now, and then they just come at you in waves. It's Amire. We've made Victoria Saxton look like an All-American against us for the last 3.5 years. They just have weapon after weapon. So we tend to do this. We really focus on us, not as much about what they're going to do. Because if just knowing what they're going to do doesn't do anything if you can't do anything about it. So we're going to focus on being the absolute best version of us that we can be, because that gives us a puncher's chance. That's how we were able to beat them that year in the SEC tournament. I think you have to be a little unconventional. They've proven they can win a lot of different ways. So we have to try to do a few things that maybe other teams aren't able to do, and that's, play fast and under control. And, it's going to take a certain number of made threes to be able to score against them, because they will play fast too. They are just as fast, if not faster than us on offense. So it will come down to us, our ability to make some shots and come up with a few stops, either whether that's getting a tough rebound or a lucky rebound, or, maybe one of those ones that get on the floor instead of up high in the air.
Brett, go ahead.
Mike, you talk about worrying every day that you're doing something wrong, and you've talked about your travel routine. Considering the length of getting to South Carolina, does that change anything? Do you do anything different to get there? And also, Coach Schaefer, is anything new with his situation?
No, he will be out for that game as well, we've learned. So that won't change between now and then. We are not going to change. We are still going the day of. It is just too important. The safety of our kids is too important. And I think we owe it to South Carolina. I think we owe it to Auburn and Vanderbilt and Mississippi, all the other teams in our league, to do everything we can to be available to play our game, not only against South Carolina, but the games down the line. So we're going to still go the day of. It's not ideal, but nothing's been ideal this year. I don't think, I think we've done through it enough to where we've gotten in a good routine. We may leave a little closer to game time. The other thing about the last couple of times we've traveled, there's been weather concerns. We've had some snow in the area. So we've had to leave incredibly early. So that's made for a little bit longer day than what we normally would make. So hopefully we'll get a break with the weather. And hopefully that extra day of rest will help us so that we can manage going down day of. But we won't leave. We're not making the change to that. I think we've made the right decision, and we're going to stick to doing it. I think it's the best thing for our kids and for our league and for our school. So we're going to keep doing it.
Jacob, do you have anything? Pig Trail folks, do you guys have anything? All right, Paul or Brett, y'all have anything else?
I'm good.
Hey, just I'll throw one thing out here. Mike, can you speak to how Slocum has kind of fit in? Do you feel like she's kind of hitting her stride here? Just fitting in with your group and how she's playing right now.
If you knew how hard that kid wants to please everybody, she wants everybody to be pleased with her, and I think she's done that. It's hard. It's exhausting because you have to do it fast, and you don't have a 2 or 3 year period to do it. But I think she's done great. I think there's still times when maybe she's a little too unselfish. There is a takeover gear in there, and I think we're all still learning all of that stuff. It's a really unique balance when you have the number of upperclassmen we have, the number of returners. The roles that these kids have played, I still don't think we've played as good as we can play. We've played good in spurts. We've got it, but I think there's another gear for us. And I think it comes with what you're talking about, everybody being comfortable. That on that night, this is the matchup we got to keep going to. She got into takeover mode there a little bit for about a 3 or 4 minute stretch. Mm-hmm. But she'll talk to you about it. She'll talk to you about it when y'all get her. There's a difference in playing in the SEC than playing in the Pac-12 and the ACC, and it's not a one game thing. It's the accumulation of weeks and weeks of this schedule. I mean, it's like she said, "Gosh, Coach, we're playing another top 5 team this week." Yeah, Yeah, you are. Yep. That's the way it gets. That's what we signed up for. And it's been one after the other. And then what we challenged them with them in the non-conference, but she's a competitor. She loves it. And where I do think she's still got areas to grow in. She'll tell you that as well. But for everything that we've asked her to do in a very, very short period of time, not only her and her teammates, my expectations are certainly being met and exceeded.